Namaskar, I'm Suruchi Das and you're watching Ritam News. In the escalating diplomatic standoff between India and Canada, the Canadian government has once again exposed its failure to uphold basic diplomatic principles. The Ministry of External Affairs in India issued a firm response to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's admission that his government had no concrete evidence when it accused India of involvement in the assassination of Sikh extremist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Testifying before a public inquiry into foreign interference, Trudeau conceded that his government had based its serious allegations on unsubstantiated intelligence rather than factual proof. He admitted that the claims were founded on what he described as intelligence from Canada and its allies. This stunning revelation only underscores the irresponsible approach Canada has taken not just towards India but in its overall handling of sensitive global issues. India wasted no time in rebuking these flimsy justifications. MEA spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal pointed out that what New Delhi has been asserting from the beginning, Canada has presented us no evidence whatsoever in support of the serious allegations it has levelled against India and the Indian diplomats. He rightfully laid the blame for the damaged bilateral relations squarely at Trudeau's feet, accusing the Canadian government of jeopardizing long-standing diplomatic ties through baseless accusations. Interestingly, Sikh extremist Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, head of the banned Sikhs for Justice group, has claimed ongoing contact with the Canadian Prime Minister's office, further fueling the already inflamed tensions between Canada and India.
As unwavering commitment to justice, a rule of law, and the national security. And Sikhs for Justice have been communicating with the Prime Minister office for the last 2 to 3 years, detailing all the spy network that Indian High Commissioner who has been
Pannu, who leads an organization notorious for its anti-India activities, alleged that his group has been providing information about an Indian spy network in Canada. Pannu's claims raise serious questions about Canada's troubling associations with extremist groups like SFJ, which has long been engaged in anti-India activities while seeking refuge under Canada's permissive policies. Instead of cooperating with India to combat terrorism and extremism, Trudeau's government appears to be offering these groups tacit support, compromising national security in the process. The larger context of Canada's apparent negligence doesn't end here. Last year, India's Ministry of Home Affairs revealed a list of 28 Indian gangsters, many of whom are believed to have sought refuge in foreign countries, including Canada and USA. The killers of Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala, including the notorious gangster Satinderjeet Singh, also known as Goldie Brar, has suspected to be hiding in North America, with Canada being preferred haven for several criminals. Despite repeated warnings from India, Canada has turned a blind eye to the growing presence of these dangerous individuals on its soil. This reluctance to act not only endangers Indian nationals but also highlights Canada's complicity in harboring criminal elements, further eroding its credibility on the global stage. Canada's reckless actions and irresponsible diplomacy have pushed its relations with India to a breaking point. Trudeau's inability to substantiate his government's claims has laid bare the Canadian government's misguided priorities and negligence. By sheltering criminals and making groundless accusations against a strategic partner, Canada has severely damaged its own standing and strained relations with one of the world's largest democracies. If Trudeau hopes to salvage any diplomatic respect, he must abandon these reckless tactics and take responsibility for his country's failures. Jai Hind.